do I still like Pie by Givenchy 2 years later? I got this, actually, it's probably 3 years now. Well, maybe 2.5 years. I got this in 2020. I think it was around August, September-ish. I would have to go back and check. But I blind bought this fragrance because I heard so many great things about it. I heard that it was a very sexy, sweet fragrance, and I found it for $40. This bottle right here, I bought for $40. It's the 100 ml, and it's just crazy seeing the price of this fragrance now. I've seen it at Macy's, or was it Sephora, that it was around $95, $100. So quite the steal, and I'm very happy that I got it at that time. And I have to say, I wasn't crazy about Pie. Honestly, the first few wears of it, didn't really find it to be special. I liked it, didn't hate it, but I wasn't in love with it. It wasn't until I wore this to watch the Batman, with Robert Pattinson. That night, I was like, okay, I smell fantastic. And everything kind of just clicked from there on out. Now, to me, what does it smell like? Pie registers as almost this powdery vanilla fragrance, but not powdery in a makeup way, but kind of like powdered sugar. But it's not sugary. I wish that I can explain it a little bit better, but that is what my nose picks up when I do wear this fragrance. It's just this very comforting, cozy, sweet scent that you can't really go wrong with. Now, this is marketed as a masculine fragrance, but to me, it definitely goes more feminine. This is a very, at minimum, a unisex fragrance, and that's just not even my opinion on it. Even with the people I've worn it around and the people that I've sprayed it on, they thought it was a woman's perfume. So this, it plays to your skin chemistry, right? But easily worn by women, easily worn by men. I see why this has women in a chokehold, because it's just this, like I said, very inviting, cozy fragrance that is in that unisex territory, So it's gonna it just makes the feminine nose go wild. This is just, there's a reason why it has a cult following. Let me just say that. Now, I am going to dispute a very popular opinion on this fragrance that it's ass in performance, and I just completely disagree. This is something that easily performs over 8 hours on clothes. And when I do wear this, I hardly ever spray it on skin anymore. It's always on clothes, like the sleeves of my sweater. That is where I apply this, and it will last there for days. If I just apply this on my sweater, I'll come back literally in 3 to 4 days and it'll still smell like Pie. Now, even on skin, it was still performing over 8 hours, and it was definitely projecting, because when I did wear this to watch the Batman, I did, I think, 2 sprays of it, and my sister could smell me like even more than maybe a couple arms lengths away. So this was something that had really nice projection. And just a quick interesting thing about Pie is those first few times that I was wearing it, that I wasn't crazy about it, I still always received a compliment on this fragrance from women. They still loved it. It was kind of like the situation with Side Effect for me, where I'd wear it, didn't really understand why everyone was crazy. I could understand it, but I myself didn't like it as much. And everyone was just complimenting it all the time. So I was kind of and then it hit when I watched that movie, and I was like, okay, yeah, this smells really good. Now, Pie is an amazing cuddly fragrance. Let's say it's a cold day outside, you're inviting some people to hang out, or maybe your date is coming over, your significant other is coming over, you're cuddling, watching movies. This is definitely something that's going to make people want to do other things as well. Because yes, it's comforting, but it is a sexy fragrance. I can't lie. The reactions that I've gotten from Pie, they just don't deny that. I don't find it just to be something as, oh, it's cute. This is really something that does get people going. Does it get me going? No. But does it work with other people? It absolutely does. So in terms of performance, we are talking past 8 hours with this fragrance. And if you're still kind of questioning that, then apply it on your clothes. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This is something that is mass appealing, right? It was made in, I think, the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. And if you're somebody questioning, well, does that mean it's a dated fragrance then? I'm going to disagree, because this is something, it doesn't smell like the 90s. You know what I mean? It doesn't smell like, oh, my dad used to wear that, or my grandpa used to wear that, even though they did. And let me kind of just delve into that a little bit more. Yes, this could have been worn by your father, right? And when you smell it, of course, you associate it with your dad, but it's not a scent that if you were to smell it at random, you'd be like, oh, that smells like the 90s. You know what I'm saying? That I hope that makes sense. But still easily wearable to this day. It's still a very modern fragrance. And I still think that as years go by, it's going to be something that a lot of people still enjoy wearing. And it's not really going to have that dated effect, at least in the next 10 years to come. I still find this to be a very comforting, cozy fragrance that a lot of people will reach for. And a lot of people will get to diversify their collections because there's a lot of fresh and clean fragrances out there. And there's a lot of nice, sweet scents. But this is just kind of a no-brainer sweet fragrance, especially if you can find it again for that. I don't think you can find it for $40 anymore, but there are discount sites that have this for less than $60. I'll put all that sort of stuff in the comment section, the description box, but still, I would give this a thumbs up, but you can see the amount of the juice I've used from Pai. It's honestly a good amount when you take into consideration the amount of fragrances that I have that I'm constantly trying to test. And, there aren't a lot that I go back for with repeats. There are scents that I like in there, but as you've seen in my previous videos, when I love a fragrance, I constantly use that. And whenever people see my collection, they're always asking me, how do you pick what you want to wear? You have a lot of options here. And it's not hard at all. It's not hard when there are standout fragrances that I love, and I just use those in rotation depending on the day, depending on my mood. But Pai is not something in my rotation. Is this something that I would buy again? No, I could definitely do without Pai. But coming from like a fragrance reviewer standpoint, if you're somebody that doesn't have an established collection and you're trying to diversify, I would say yeah, because this is something that I like. This is what I bought when I was trying to diversify my collection, and it did well. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you're trying to look for a nice sweet scent, something that's mass appealing, something that is definitely in your budget, something that's not going to cost $80 or more, then get Pai. It's a good one. Plus, you could smell it for free at Sephora, Ulta, Macy's. They all have this fragrance. I'm not sure if it's been reformulated, if there's any talk of that, but it's just, and it's cute. But people aren't gonna see it when you know what I mean? It's not a bottle you're gonna carry and they're like, oh, that's a cute bottle. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna wear the smell. And it is a thumbs up. Just not something I would rebuy, not something that I love. It's nice, but I don't love it. So anyways, let me know what you think of Pai, if it's something that is a staple in your collection, something you go without. And another quick thing, I blind bought this fragrance. And I'm sure if you go rewatch my videos that I made in 2020, or my TikToks in particular, I did nothing but blind buy. I was not sampling things. I wasn't testing it on my skin at stores. I was like, that's in my budget. I think I'm going to like it, and I buy it. And I didn't really have buyer's remorse with things. There were stuff I didn't enjoy, like maybe I'll make a video on this, that L'Homme Ideal fragrance I didn't really like, but I wasn't beating myself up about it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I blind bought this, man. Thumbs up still. All right. Anyways, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.